guys, it's me, Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today with our group buddy color. Yay! So, if you did not know and you are new here, every month I put a poll on my community tab with 3 choices of 3 different books, and then at the end of the month I color in the winner, and in theory, if you have the book, you guys color the same page and post it on Instagram and tag me and share that way, and it's a fun time. So this month, the 3 choices were Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford, Safari Minis by Camelia Angelkova, and Woodland Wonder by Jen Racine. And as you might be able to see, Safari Minis has won. We had 214 votes, 83 for Worlds of Wonder, which was 39%, 24 for Woodland Wonder, which is 11%, and 107 for Safari Minis, which was 50%. So it was kind of close at the end. Like 50% to 39 isn't an overwhelming victory, but it was a victory nonetheless. So I have chosen to do this rhino page. I haven't seen anyone do it, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. A few times I've picked pages and like multiple people had already done it and I felt really sad. So I figured I want to do a rhino. I think there were 2 or 3 choices, but I kind of like doing the pages I wouldn't normally pick on my own with you guys because it's like inspiration. So you all should know I'm not really a bird gal, so I thought this would be good. I'm not sure if I want to do a background. I have to think about that first because I usually do my backgrounds first. It's always hard in her books because there's no border, so it's like you can do whatever you want. So sometimes I will do like pastel backgrounds. Obviously, sometimes I leave it blank. Sometimes I try to be more sassy, but I don't know what I want to do. Do you guys do backgrounds in Camelia books in general? Why is there crumbs in my book? Well, that's weird. This is my first page in here, and I don't have any food on me now, so whoops. I did flip through it, but I don't know. I'll be on the lookout for that. Yeah, do you do backgrounds? Let me know, because it's like 50-50 for me. Usually, if there's like some scenery, it's easier to like go from there. I was thinking of doing blue for the background, but I'm kind of not feeling it, so maybe we won't do any. I've also been trying to get more creative with backgrounds and like draw in things, but I'm not always bold enough. So what I'm going to do, as usual, I'm going to use my Tau Tree markers to do a base of whatever we decide to color, and then I will do like accents in glitter and whatever else we decide that way. So let's get going. I'm gonna do, I think, 2 shades of pink for my flamingo because that seems fun. I'm trying to pick 2 that like go together, like the warmth level. Maybe, I really like 9. Maybe 9 and 198. I'm so sorry that I'm like focused this hard. I'm gonna do it. 9 and 198. Let's do it. Also, I might have to sneeze. I feel it coming on. Where is number 9? We're not off to the greatest start. Found it. Also, I figured while I was coloring and we were chatting, I would show you the books that I got today. Uh-oh. This means that this marker is drying out. I put washi tape around it. That is not the best. Let's pick another color. I liked 9 a lot, but I guess I frequently like 9 a lot. So how about 28 and 18 instead? Hopefully those will both work. This is my second set of Tau trees, and I kind of feel like they've been getting dry quicker than my first set, but it's possible that I know I already have my third set, so I'm just not being very careful with like sporadically using them, because I try to keep it even how I use all my colors. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. All right, so back to what I was saying. Today, this morning, we got to go to our first library book sale since 2019, and I was so excited. I was excited for 2 reasons. One, because I want to say 90% of the books I read, I just donate them right away. I'm not really a rereader. So I had so many books to give to them, but since they weren't having sales, they weren't having donations. So they finally opened that up at the beginning of the month in anticipation of the sale. So I probably donated about 80 books. And today the sale finally was here, and I think I got 15 books. So we'll have to look through them and talk about them and see what we got. Some of them have good stories behind them, and some of them I have no idea what's going on, but I have a stack next to me to talk about. But yeah, the sale started at 9 a.m. Usually our town does a 3-day sale, and like the first day will be all books are $2, then the second day all books are $1, and then the third day it's fill a bag. So they'll give you a paper bag and it's $5, and you can put however much you can fit in there. So I had no idea what it was going to be like today, but it ended up being fill a bag, and I was super excited. I assume they're just like, well, we only have 1 day, so we got to try to sell as many as we can. So fill a bag day, I definitely go a little crazier than $2 day. But I mean, obviously, like, so all of these fit in 1 bag that I got. I got 15 and Sam got 3, which that's actually a good day for Sam. He doesn't always find stuff. But, so that's 18 books. So that would have been, what, $36? And instead it was $5? Pretty good deal. And that's kind of the reason that would go crazy. Can I math the other way? Ugh. No, I don't want to. But they were cheap. If I had my calculator, I would math the other way. Yeah, so anyway, the sale started at 9 a.m. and I was like, okay, it usually gets pretty crowded and it's usually 3 days. So if it's only 1 day, I'm worried it's going to be crazy. So we decided to try to get there at 8:30. And we got pretty close. I think we got there at like 8:45. Which for me on a Saturday is not bad. Not bad at all. Like, whew, I don't wake up for nothing on Saturdays. But they ended up letting us in at like 8:50. And I think we were the second group there. There was another couple that got there before us, and then me and Sam. And I didn't buy any of my own books back, which I have done that in the past. And I visited them a few times because I was excited to see if anyone else was going to buy them. And because I thought I gave pretty good books. Some of them were older ones. But again, since I basically just donate right after, a lot of them are basically brand new books. So, and I always have to do 2 laps when I'm looking around. So I did that. 1 second while I do the persnickety parts, and then I will get to the chat. So the first 4 books I found, it's not good that they're the ones on top, because I was going to kind of like show you the books while I was talking about them. But now I'm at a part that's difficult. So I think I'm going to just not talk for a second. Oh no, I'm going to not do in there. All right, so the trick, or my best tip, I've gotten questions about how I don't streak, and 90% of it is just practice, and you'll just kind of get used to it the more you do it. But you really always want to keep your edges wet. So once the edge dries is when you'll get the streaks. So if you're doing big spaces, you kind of got to go quick and go, 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 go. And again, you'll just kind of get used to where to stop. I always try to stop on lines if I do have to stop. Okay. We'll let that dry. So the first 4, I found 4 Disney books. And these are obviously for children, but they are really cool looking. And I'm excited to read these. And again, if for whatever reason they don't go well, I donate them right back to the library. So this one at least was copyright 1981. So it's the 101 Dalmatians. Robin Hood wins again. I wonder if this is going to actually be the story and then these are just extras. So Robin Hood wins again. Pongo and Purdy, two Happy Dalmatians. So like they're the same style, but the people are not. And they're rescuers. So I thought these looked so great. They're in really good condition. Copyright 1977. Let's see. Copyright 1980. And copyright 1983. So I didn't really look too hard at the kids area because overall I try not to get too many kids books. Obviously, like I'm paying, it's fine. But I try not to unless I have a specific purpose. But I was just like walking by and saw that and I was like, oop, that's for me. So let's pick our next color. I think I'm gonna do yellow for the carrying towel for 164. Yeah. So apparently next up is the 100-year-old man. I figure if I show you these also that you can tell me if any of them are really good, that I should like jump them to the front of the line because some of them I have no idea what they are. But this is the 100-year-old man who climbed out the window and disappeared by Jonason. So I guess his dad's name is also Jonas. And again, I have no idea what this one's about, but I'm hoping it's actually about an old man because I really enjoy stories about old people. So, especially mysteries. I don't know if this one's going to be a mystery. Kind of implies mystery, right? He disappears. So, I don't know. Then we got The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney. And I have another J.P. Delaney book, but I have not read any of them. I don't know if it's a male or female author. Does the book know? No, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is a thriller, and I thought this was new. I have to see if it's on my wish list, because his newest, or her newest, is on my wish list. So I have to check that out. But I'm also a little bit worried that I secretly already have this book, because their covers, I think, are very similar from book to book. So all of these things I will have to check out. This marker is also drying out a little bit, which is kind of disappointing. So let me check real quick while we're here. Books. Ugh, I have to scroll really far. I have all of my reading books on my coloring book wish list. So you can imagine how long that list gets. Ugh, it's not even on here. It's probably on the backup wish list. Yikes. I don't know if anyone else does that. I have my public wish list, and then I have, doggy. I have private wish lists to refill my public wish list in case it ever needs to, I don't know, in case it gets low, I guess. I don't know, can't find it. But anyway, The Girl Before should be a thriller of some sort. Let's pick our rhino color and then go back to chatting. Should rhinos, I mean, obviously I'm going to do gray. I think that warm gray 3 looks good. And then I'm probably going to do a purple bow. So I will just pick one of my purples. Next, I got The Nightingale by Chris and Hannah. This is the thickest book, and this is like the sloppiest book that I got. I don't know why it feels so thick. Like, it is a lot of pages, but it's so thick feeling. So, I don't know. But I've never read Chris and Hannah. I know she's super popular, and I know this book is super popular, but I think it's historical fiction. But everybody I've heard read it, like every every booktuber that I've heard read it has said, even if you don't like historical fiction, you're going to love it. And it's apparently a World War II historical fiction book about sisters. And that's all I know. And again, not my normal genre, but for essentially like a quarter, I gave it a shot. Is that true? 4 quarters is $1. So that's 20. Yeah, that's pretty close. So it was about a quarter, maybe a little bit more. So I got that one. Then another one that I don't know anything about is Jennifer Weiner's Mrs. Everything. All I know is that it is recent and apparently was a Barnes & Noble book club pick. I have another book by her that I still haven't read. Yeah, so I haven't been doing good with my reading recently, which is really disappointing because I think it was, no, at this point I think it was 2019. I read like 100 books and I was just like knocking them down one after another and it was great. But I haven't read many since then, which is unfortunate. The next two are just by like auto-buy authors for me. So this is Harlan Coben, Runaway. Hopefully you are seeing these in screen enough. Obviously I'm trying to focus on the coloring, but I figured might as well have the visuals since they're here. But Runaway by Harlan Coben, I have no idea what this one's about. I just auto-buy his books, especially from library sales, because I don't read them fast enough. But he's another thriller writer, and he, I went over her little nose. He writes books in New Jersey, and I'm in New Jersey, and sometimes I like know exactly where he's talking about. Like, even if he makes up some things, usually the towns are real, or maybe like all the surrounding towns are real, and then he just made up the one town that the story happens in. But either way, it spooks me a lot because I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually know where that is. And in one of his books that I read, like a girl got kidnapped and it was actually like at the mall I go to, and it was like in the parking lot I park in. So that's always fun for me. And I'm pretty sure this is one of his newer ones, so I do not think I have it. I basically forgot how to book sale today since it's been so long, because usually usually the day I go, I'll take a picture of my bookcases so that I can kind of like see everything I have. And then I also will usually have a book, like a little journal that I keep all of my series listed, or like all of my favorite authors, because I'm not great with titles of books a lot, especially for really prolific authors like Harlan Coben, and Sam like reads Stephen King. So I don't remember which Stephen King titles we have, but I keep a list. But I forgot all about that, and I did not bring that list with me today. So that's another one. This is the oldest book. Songs of the Humpback Whale by Jodi Picoult. Jodi is probably one of my favorite authors. I probably read the most by her. Her books are so heavy, so like the subject matter, so I don't read them too often. And I don't think I have this one yet. This is her first ever book. But if I do, again, I just donate it right back. They had a few of hers, but I forgot my list, so I didn't want to get too many doubles. But this is another one that I have bought today. Let me pick out my next colors. I think I'm going to do like an orange. I've now covered my area, so it's gonna be hard to get to stuff. But I'm gonna do an orange for around the nose and then the legs. Next up, I got a nonfiction Columbine. Who are you by? Oops. Dave Cullen. So I've actually just like heard a lot about this. Like, it's a really good nonfiction book. And obviously it is going to be a very heavy subject, but it keeps going in and out of stock on Book Outlet. I've tried to purchase it there before. And Sam was like, do you read nonfiction? And I was like, not that often, but I read it for a quarter. So I picked that one up. I just heard that it was like one of the best nonfiction crime books out there. So I figured might as well, and it was in good condition. So I picked that up. We're getting there. We only have 4 left, but the last one is the most exciting. Sorry, let me finish this leg. Also, I've mentioned before, but I'm going outside the lines a little bit. I will just clean this all up with a white gel pen at the end, so I'm not too worried. Oh, I said I was going to do around her nose. The next one, I don't know anything about. Claire McIntosh, Let Me Lie. I have another Claire McIntosh book that I've heard really good things about, so I figured give this one a shot too. Basically, if the book was in good condition and I've heard of the author before, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And again, if it wasn't my own book, so I did good. I didn't buy any of my own books, guys. It was fun though, because I had given it to them in multiple bags because there was so many, and I could like see the different areas that were my bags. So that was cute. Cute, cute, cute. I'm hoping that this is good filming for us because I'm a little nervous. The book keeps curling in because we're near the end. So the next was Diane Chamberlain's Big Lies in a Small Town. And this is actually another historical fiction, I think. This is like a multi-perspective kind of thing where it's like two different timelines. So I think one is like in the 60s, I want to say, and one is in current times or like 2017 or whenever this book came out. And it's about like uncovering lies from this little town, whatever that means. So I've also just heard really good things about this one and Diane Chamberlain in general on BookTube. I always have trouble picking booktubers to follow because I know that like YA fantasy is such a popular genre on BookTube, or just fantasy in general, and that's not really my thing. And then like historical fiction is really big, and that's not really my thing. So I really have to find the people that read the murder books. And every once in a while, even they will read something else, and that's when I pick whatever that something else is. So that's that. 2 left, and then it'll be pretty perfect timing with us getting ready to do our embellishing. So let's pick a picture, a color for all these insides and things. I'm gonna do 134 for basically everything left on our rhino, and then again we will embellish. All right, so next is Evie Drake Starts Over. And if I'm remembering correctly, I might be completely wrong about this one, so I apologize in advance. This is by Linda Holmes, and what I'm remembering is this lady was about to get divorced from her husband, and then he passes away. And so then she's kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, because she was going to divorce him anyway, but everyone was like feeling really sorry for her, of course. So it's just about her starting over with her new life. And we'll have to see, because I've heard good things about this, but I also don't know if I'm tough enough to read this, because anything happening to Samuel is like my worst fear. So we'll see if I'm able to read this or not, because there was another book that was there, I think, that was like The 2 Lives of Lydia Bird, and I cannot get myself to read that because it's a very similar thing with like, I think it was her fiance, but passing away, and I'm like, can't do it. So we'll see if that's what this is. I don't know. But, all right, perfect. Is this the darker one or the lighter one? Let me show you the last book, and then we will get to our embellishing. So, the last book comes with a story, because of course they do. It is called Witch Witch by Eva Ibbotson, which, don't know. I saw this book, and I was like, I remember this book. I owned this book. So, I so specifically remember this cover was from 1999. So, this is my journal that I got, on my 12th birthday, November 4th, the year 2000. So, dear journal, Saturday, November 4th, 2000. Today is my 12th birthday. I got up at 8:30 in the morning and I ate breakfast. Blah, 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 blah. Then what happened? We went to Borders. Let me tell you, it's important. We got to Borders. We got right in line to pick out the card. I picked out a card that said happy birthday. Oh, I guess, all right, sorry. My grandma and grandpa gave me $25 Border gift card, which if you don't even remember Borders, it was another bookstore like Barnes & Noble, and it was great. So, got to Borders, got right in line to pick out the card. I picked out a card that said happy birthday and had candles on it. Then we went downstairs where the kids' room was, and I picked out 2 books. The Series of Unfortunate Events, number 5, and Witch Witch. Then we went back upstairs and had to wait in line again. Blah, 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 blah. I got home and I started reading Witch Witch in the car on the way home, and it's a pretty good book. So, that to say, I remembered specifically that I got that book on my 12th birthday. So when I saw it, I bought it again. I don't know if I finished it back then. I don't know what, but this cover sparked that memory and I had to own it. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And again, a pretty good deal for that memory. So that made me super duper happy. And that was my haul. So I'm going to try to move some of these things out the way so we can get back over to the other side of my desk. And then we will work on our accents. So as you can see, whenever I do camellia pictures, I always do this tier of eye in black, or I guess this time I did super dark gray. I don't know why, I just think it brings it all together for me. Really focuses it in. Let me turn around. Shocking to no one, my desk is a mess again, but that's okay. I'm going to do my box of glitter, and it also has my gel pen in it. So here is my white Arteza gel pen that we're going to start off with, and clean up any obvious edges. But yeah, so that was my morning, and it was super exciting to find that Witch Witch book, because I feel like I've read back that journal before, and I remember seeing like that passage, but I never wrote down the author, so I probably could have found it if I really tried, but to just find it randomly at the library sale, it wasn't in the kids section. They said that since it was such a quick turnaround that they didn't have as much time as usual to organize the books, because usually they try to like section it out by topics and age group and things like that, but they really only had a pile of cookbooks, and then all the very obvious children's books, so like all the board books and things were separated out, but basically everything else was stuck together. So that was with the regular books, and it was a very exciting find. So I'm gonna read that and hope that it's good. And maybe I'll report back. Maybe that'll be like my first physical book in months. And it'll jumpstart my love of reading again. I've always considered myself a reader, but I've definitely gone through phases where I've read less than other times. I'm gonna just like kind of go crazy with white gel pen all over my feathers. I'm basically just gonna outline all of them. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I haven't done that in a while, and it will be fun. So yeah, so I've always considered myself a reader, but I've definitely gone through dry spells with books. College, I don't know if I read anything for fun. And yeah, so oh geez Louise. I'm so sorry. Scared all my bejeebies out. I assume that's Grumpy Dog walking in the other direction. Noodles. I hope that wasn't as loud for you as it was for me. All right. Can you hear her run down the hall? Bed. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, now be quiet for a few minutes. I'm almost done. Lay down. Down. Good girl. Whew. For the third time, I always considered myself a reader, but I've gone through dry spells, and I'm kind of in one now. I've been doing audiobooks though, which is good, but even that I've been a little bit dry because I've been watching more like Netflix than usual. Usually I, like, for probably like 2-3 years, I almost exclusively either watched YouTube or listened to audiobooks. Like, I didn't really watch much TV. I have all the streaming services, so, but I didn't really watch much TV. And yeah, I was just like knocking them out. Once I get started on an audiobook, like I could finish real quick. So I gotta add glitter. What's our glitter plan here? I don't know. What color should their eyes be? I'm thinking I'm gonna give my Rhino a purple eye. So these are the glitter markers from Dollar Tree, and I like them a lot. I haven't found them in a while, but they come in 2 packs, and I think there's 12 colors, and I have 8 of them, maybe 10. I'm definitely missing at least one set, but there's that. Ooh, actually, where is it? Doodle Boo, excuse me. Thank you. I don't want to squish you. 1 second, I'm walking over to my chair. I get these. I actually just received these Jelly Roll Stardust as a Happy Mail, which I will be showing you in my next video. But the Stardust are, like, I have the glaze ones. So the glaze, essentially, or the one I have, is clear glaze. So it just makes it look shiny and almost wet. And then the Stardust is sparkly, but it's like supposed to be the clear sparkly. So we'll see. I'm gonna do it on the bow. So this is really, should just accentuate whatever color is behind it. What are you doing, dog? Bed. Go bed. Lay down on bed. Bed, bed, bed. Ma'am. Noodles, bed. Down. Good girl. Luckily, she can catch, so I just kind of chuck them over there. Anyway, I apologize. Yeah, so this, it just is clear, and it'll just show whatever's behind it. It's almost so glittery that it's like a tinge silver, but that's just because there's so much glitter. But you can very much see whatever's behind it, so. I will do that on her bow. That's super cute. We didn't pick an eye color for our flamingo. I don't want to do the super bright pink. I think that's way too much. I do have these jelly rolls. These are the metallics, and it's just another texture of jelly roll, and they should be metallic. So, good explanation. I'll do that one. Jelly Roll really is like head and shoulders above any other gel pen products, but with the quality comes the price, and since it's gel, it goes quickly. So I'm going to do her horn. Maybe this is brand new, so I don't know how well it's gonna work for me. Oh no, this is my, you goosey girl, sorry. I call myself a goosey girl, yuck. This is the glaze. It's hard to tell if it's working until you're like shine it in different lights. Can you see it? I hope so. Oh yeah, you can see it. Cool. And I'm gonna do her nails. I would really love to do something else to the basket, but I'm not sure what. This was kind of a simple page, which I enjoy it because, again, my favorite thing about the group buddy color is seeing what everybody else comes up with. Because in my head, this is what this had to be. There were no other choices. Like, I really didn't waffle on any colors. So I always love to see everybody else's interpretation because I'm positive it will be different. Or even if it was the same, unless you like had the Tao trees and saw every color I picked, it's still gonna be different, and I think that's super cool. Okay, I don't know why, but I might give my flamingo glitter legs because I think she deserves them. So I'm gonna keep all these jelly products in my glitter bucket. What type of glitter legs? Should we go my neon orange? Maybe baby. No, I'm gonna go Sparkle Pop, which I very sparingly use my Sparkle Pop because I'm like, no, they're too fancy to just use on anything, which is silly, but I'm also, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm cheap with supplies. But I think it's not that, and I think it's just like, I hate using things up. Like, I hate finishing anything. Because then it's over. Even like video games, I'll never finish a video game. Because I don't want it to be done, and that's silly. Because you should enjoy it. And that's why in the past, Like, I had never finished a coloring book until last year, because I would never want to do that last page because then the book's over. And that's silly in multiple ways. So I try now to finish what I got. And it's like nice progress for me. So I'm not doing the best tracing over here, but you know, it's fine. I still wish I could do even more pink, but I feel like if I keep going, there's no stopping. So this might be the end. What do we think? Is it way too basic? Is this like a disappointment? I hope not. I was almost gonna do, again, the background. I was thinking of doing like blue as if they were in the sky, and then doing like maybe green, oh, you can't even see, green at the bottom to be like the ground, because I assume that the flamingo is delivering the baby. But, Noodles, hold on please. Now that I've done the actual picture, it's too late to do the background. I don't like, the glaze and really all jelly rolls take a while to dry, so just be careful you don't shove your finger in her toenails like I just did. Yeah, I don't like doing my backgrounds last because I don't want to mess up what I've already done. But if I do it first, I can't mess it up because it's first. So this might be it. I hope you like this. I do. So close, and yet so far. Oh, don't you huff at me. So that's it. That's our final product. It doesn't look like too much, but I still like it. I like the accents that we did add, and I think it's super cute. And I'm so happy to finally have a page done in this book, because how long has it been? Like 2 weeks, and this is my first one. So hooray for that. Her miniature books are top tier, absolute faves. And yeah, let me know if you do this page. I think I literally don't know my own Instagram name. Let me check it out. I am Danibuttons Colors. So a singular button. Danibuttons Colors on Instagram. It's always linked down below. And tag me over there if you want me to see it. And let me know if you're going to do it in the comments. And I guess we will put a rhino in our comments since she's the star of our show. The flamingo's kind of the star, but they're co-stars in this page. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad if you stuck around to the very end. And like this video, comment anything you want to comment, including our secret word rhino, or rhinoceros if you can spell it. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time. I'll be back again in 2 days with something different. That's it. Thank you so much. Bye, friends.